We got coffee. Coffee talk.
We got coffee. It's time to talk.
Coffee talk. Coffee. Hey, what's up, everyone? Welcome to OK Bud, the podcast where everything's going to be okay, bud. I'm Ben Kissel on Instagram at BenKissel1. She's back, Jerry Aquino.
Here I am. I'm here.
On Instagram at Miss_Jerry. That's Jeri. And Kyle Plouffe.
Hey.
At Kyle Plouffe.
Yes.
Check them out. Mm-hmm. You can watch every episode live on patreon.com/diebud. Just $10 a month. You get to watch every episode and you can participate in the show.
Ooh.
And you can type and you can yell and you can say, you're wrong, you're right. Ketchup on steak is good.
Yes, it is.
Oh my God.
Nom, 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 nom.
Jesus.
Yeah,
Why did
some
you
people
remind me about that? I tried so hard to forget that happened.
Yeah, some people showed major support for Kyle and his love of ketchup on steak. Those people are disgusting just like Kyle, but he brings that element to the show.
Yes,
I guess so.
Exactly. You're welcome.
And that's the fan base he's bringing in.
Yes.
That's okay.
Trash.
The ketchup fan base.
I accept.
I love it. Also, if you want to join us via email, feel free to email us, okbudpod@gmail.com. All right, share with us your thoughts. We have another update on what is being called the preppy Princeton murderer, Matthew Hurdigan. So yesterday on last episode, we talked a little bit about how it was an all-American family. People were so stunned it could happen here in Princeton.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, God.
We also discussed a man who turned out to be a bit of a cannibal who is being released as we speak. This individual was detained in 2011 for killing a man, and the doctors have said he's all good now. Yeah. Even though he ate a bit of that person's brain and he ate their eyeball. Yes.
No way. You can't. Why is he being released?
Because
he's good now. He pet some cats and he's good.
He's all fine.
Yeah.
And so when you walk by him, wear glasses.
Yeah.
And just protect your brain. It turns out he's not the only person that likes to mow down on the eyeball. The preppy Princeton murderer is now accused of ripping his little brother's eye out. Ugh. And that's right, eating it.
Wait, since he's been released?
No, this is a different guy.
This is the guy that we spoke about on Monday.
Yep.
So this is the guy who killed his little brother and lit his cat on fire.
Right.
Okay. And then he called the police. It was like, there's a fire in the apartment. And the cops were like, everyone seems to be dead here.
Yeah.
And then they're like, did you do it? And he's like, that probably did it. Because he was holding a bloody golf club and a knife.
And he's got a retina hanging out of his mouth.
Seriously. What? And he ate his brother's eyeball? Was he in some kind of a rage, like a blind rage?
Certainly.
Blind.
Yeah.
Yeah, he needed to see. That's why he...
That's one way to improve your vision, I suppose.
Yeah.
Officers found a bloody knife, a fork, and a plate near the victim, Joseph Hurdigan's body. Of course, that's Matthew Hurdigan's younger brother, who is the victim of this crime. So apparently, he had a knife, he had a fork, and he had a little saucer plate. And I guess he enjoyed that eyeball all fancy. Fancier than the way Kyle eats his ketchup on steak.
Literally, at least he didn't put ketchup on the eyeball.
We don't know that to be a fact.
And to be honest, ketchup...
Oh, look, an up-to-date photo instead of just him 9 years ago when he was in college.
Mm-hmm.
I actually think ketchup on an eyeball is probably okay. That might add
How do you know?
That might add a little flavor to it.
How do you know that there's no flavor? What if it's condensed in flavor?
I think it's, as we've talked about, it's chewy, it pops, it's very cartilagey.
Yeah,
it's going to run through you.
But it's salty.
It could be salty.
It's probably very salty.
Optical fluids.
Yeah.
Yeah, with all the tears and everything like that.
Mm-hmm.
So a source says Matthew Hurdigan, he led the cops through the apartment and he consumed the missing organ, which evidently he did tell the cops that he was like, I did end up eating that. If you're looking for his eye, you're not going to want to look any further.
Yeah.
I did eat that.
I might have already digested that.
He also
Look no further.
Look no further. He also, as we mentioned, set the family cat on fire. They call it a twisted rampage. Several months earlier, he was posting chilling poems on Facebook that included lines about knives sharpening and blood oozing out of his eye.
Ooh. Oh, so he had a vision about this.
He's a poet.
He saw this happening.
He's a regular old poet. And it definitely does seem like he's an old 31.
Yeah.
Looking at this picture here, he's kind of got hockey player vibes, but I don't think he has the ability to skate.
Mm-hmm.
So the apocalyptic verses, they were eerily prophetic, as police say Hurdigan used a blade and, again, a golf club to kill his 26-year-old brother at 11:15 p.m.
Wow.
this past weekend. And, of course, that was at the Michelle Muse apartment complex. So the update on that story is, when you kill someone, when you light a cat on fire, you're going to get a rumbly in your tumbly, much like Winnie the Pooh.
Yep.
And you got to have a nibble. In this case, it was an eye.
This is ridiculous. This is taking sibling rivalry way too far. You're not actually supposed to win.
Well, we don't even know if they actually had a rivalry going because this could have been like the end of Alpha Dog where the little brother trusted him so much that he didn't even know this was coming. And it was a complete surprise.
Oh, man. It could have been.
They earned his trust. He's like, yeah, come on over the house. And then next thing you know, he's getting his eye ripped out.
We
of his
love
fucking
our
head.
big
His
brothers.
cat's on fire.
Oh, my God. If my older brother ever ripped my eye out, I'd be like, dude.
Come on.
Not cool, bro.
What's wrong?
Seriously?
Come on.
Dramatic.
Yes. So the officers that arrived on the scene, it was quite interesting. They say it was gruesome. And then one police officer said, it was way overboard.
Yeah, you think?
Yeah.
It was like, this guy just went overboard.
Like I said, dramatic much.
Yeah, we've all heard of killing your little brother, lighting a cat on fire, sure, but come on. It's a little performative.
Yeah.
Cries for help.
Another high-ranking Garden State cop said, the brutality of the homicide and in an Ivy League town shocked most detectives. So
Yes. This comes the part where the cop says, in all of my 25 years of working, I've never seen anything like this.
Yeah, they've never seen anything like this.
Never.
Every time.
happy fucking Valentine's Day. So anyway, that's the latest update on that story. They say it's incredibly tragic, but 9/11 was tragic. This is insane.
This is wild.
So we'll see what happens now as, again, Matthew Hurdigan will be facing charges and he's looking at life in prison. The fact he ate the eyeball might help him out in the pokey, though, because he's fucking batshit.
Yeah.
That's kind of why the guy got released that we talked about earlier on last episode. He got released because, again, he ate somebody's brain and somebody's eyeball. And so they're like, he's wacky.
That's just kind of like one of his things, you know?
So now if you're Matthew, you're like, look at this. I'm fucking nuts, dude.
Yeah.
Can I just go to a nice hospital? I think they'll probably still send him to prison.
They should probably still send him to prison.
But if he's in prison, he can just look at everyone and just be like, I eat eyeballs, right? Like I eat those.
Yeah.
The thing you're looking at me with, I eat that. So don't mess with Hurdigan.
Ugh.
The way you're looking at me is making me hungry.
Indeed. So his brother, who was the victim, apparently he was arrested for drunk driving in 2017 and lost his license for 3 months. I don't know why they're throwing that in there.
That's weird.
Jesus.
Yeah, they're like, if you think that this guy was perfect and deserved both eyes, just check this out.
Check this out. The guy was drinking and driving.
That's not okay.
Mm-hmm. There is still another brother, David Jr.
There's another brother?
Brother.
The trauma he must be going through.
Absolutely. What a day for the fam. But now you're definitely the favorite son.
You think so? Because I feel like the dead eyeless kid is still going to take the cake.
Favorite living son.
Yeah, favorite living son, so that does count for something. But then you're also right, like if David Jr., who is the eldest brother, he lived, and their mom, Deborah, apparently she's a wealthy tech exec. Apparently she'll probably look at David like, I wish it was you.
Yeah, pretty much.
So maybe
she'd be like, how is it that I am still competing with my dead brother? How?
Anyway, they're very, very rich, so I guess they'll be able to afford a good lawyer. According to...
And a therapist. What they need is a good therapist.
They really do need a
Maybe
therapist.
Everyone needs a psych eval just in case.
Yeah. Joseph Mahan, he's 50 years old. He coached both brothers at Toms River North High School. He says the Hurdigans are good people. So he's like, they're good people.
Yeah.
He says his mom and dad are great. They treated me very well. He says...
Well, the mom and dad didn't kill and eat anyone's eyeball.
No, but they raised someone who did
That's true.
Yeah, but you sometimes just birth a dud.
Yeah, that's true too.
Also that.
This isn't Dylan Klebold and Eric Harris here, whose I think parents were a little bit more laissez-faire.
Yeah.
When it comes to being like, so what are you doing? Why do you have all these guns? What you planning? Mm-hmm. These parents, first of all, the boy is 31 years. He's a man.
He's a man.
31 years old.
Despite us only showing college photos of him.
So the parents are like, all right, we're done. He's out of the house. He's living with his brother. We should be good. We got him a nice-ass apartment.
You know?
Good job, parents.
At what point do you relinquish and just let it go and just be like, hey, I did my job?
Yeah.
At what point does it stop being my fault and then it starts being yours as who you want to be as an individual?
18 years old, right on the dot.
Yep.
That's why the first, I'll never understand the kids who want to stay home after 18.
Oh,
yeah, no, I was out.
I was out.
I get it for like financial reasons, but if you're like happy being at home, being like, I got it great here. My mom shops for me. I got 2 cots and a fucking bunch of bagels. I can sleep on a couch all day.
Why would I leave?
Comfort's a powerful drug for a lot of people.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is true. It's also very scary.
I had wings and I needed to spread them. I needed to fly.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Like the monster from Jeepers Creepers.
Exactly. That's exactly how I...
Which I just watched the most recent one from 2022. And it's pretty good.
It seemed fun.
It's fun.
A lot of twists and turns.
Yeah, he's ugly monster.
Well, yeah. Yeah, he had like teeth on his cheeks or something.
Yeah, he had all these useless teeth.
Yeah, I don't know what that was for.
I'm not sure either.
That's what meth heads say too.
I have all these useless teeth.
Yeah, that's true.
Time to grind these out of my head.
Come on.
Why not? The coach goes on to say, they were great to me and the boys. Anything I would ask for them to do, they would do. On and off the field. I don't want to imply anything.
Mm-hmm.
They say, despite being born on third base, Matthew somehow descended into madness as the years passed, something his warped poetry implied. Some of the verses of his poetry, this is the worst. So he kills his brother, lights a cat on fire, eats an eyeball, and
he's bad at poetry.
One poem says, "What have you created? ? Why have you created it? ? Who are you trying to strangle? ?
Oh my God.
This is worse than BTK. Dennis Rader's poetry. If you haven't read it, please do yourself a favor and do not.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It goes on to say, and what God are you serving? ? I can see the knives sharpening. I can hear the arrows whizzing. I can feel my heart beating. But can he?
Oh
my
What
God.
the hell is this?
He was watching him. He was watching his own brother for a long time, like the dude from You, but it's his own brother.
You think they were sort of in a weird...
He was like, no, it was like he was like asleep on the couch and he was like, he doesn't even know that I'm here. And he's like, dude, yeah, he does know you're there. Why are you staring?
So you're my brother.
Yeah.
I didn't know we were going to... I didn't know this was all weird.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That we were just going to be like roommates.
You know?
Maybe like bang the same chick every now and again.
Yeah, I thought you were going to like fight over who's doing the dishes.
Right.
That's it.
It is weird when like you're in a competition you don't even know that you're in.
Yeah.
Like some people just like look at you with that fucking weird look.
Right.
Like they're holding something against you and you're like, I didn't even know.
Yeah, you're like, I was just standing here.
Yeah, I thought we were just friends.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's one of my favorite memes on Instagram is when it's just like a cute dog or a cat and it'd be like, imagine hating me and I'm just at home doing this.
Yeah.
It'd be like you watching TV. It's like, yeah, I don't know. So the poems go on. Someone sits alone in that room where the walls shake. He still has a pulse. Blood. Aren't they supposed to rhyme sometimes?
Yeah, maybe it's like it's one of those cool modern ones that don't have to.
But then isn't it just, it's nothing.
But then it's just sentences.
Right.
Poetry is essentially nothing.
It's just like a joke, but it's just a sentence that's mean.
Yeah.
There can be some good poetry, I suppose.
There can be, yeah.
Yeah.
Everyone can stumble into a good thing every once in a while.
Every now and again. Something might hit. The Raven, for example.
Sure.
It's a good poem.
Is it?
Yeah, it's about a fucking bird looking at a dude and
You know, it is.
death
Okay.
and time passing. It
true.
means something.
It does mean something. Goes on forever, but it means something.
Someone sits alone in that room where their walls shake. He still has a pulse. Blood still flows through his veins, but something is wrapped around him, squeezing him, choking him, suffocating him.
Oh God.
What you writing in there, buddy?
Just
Holy
journaling.
fuck, look at the length on this damn poem.
Yeah, it's
Just journaling. No big deal. Journaling about how your pulse is still happening for some reason.
Right. Yes, I mean, my goodness
That's
gracious.
really dark. That guy was in. That seems like he was in like an episode of sorts.
Yes.
I mean, he felt the walls shaking.
I wish he was in a better one.
Yeah.
And we could get some good poetry here, but
Yeah, that's true. He goes on to say the fountainhead. So perhaps he's more of an Ayn Rand guy.
yeah.
Could be Randian.
Yes.
Yes. The fountainhead is aimed at his face. Waters erupt from the spout on him. The pressure in his head is unbearable. The fountain shakes. His brain shakes. And so does the floor under his feet. He is drunk on the waters. He is drowning. He can barely breathe. He won't eat a thing. Sounds like he's just talking about his dying lizard.
Yeah, a little bit.
What is happening?
The walls are shaking. He's just like messing with the tank.
It's a lot of the same idea.
It is.
Not a huge repertoire for words, of words for this guy.
Well, he seems to be going through that one specific experience.
Yeah, he goes on. He says his body is surrounded by fires.
Ooh.
The fires are blazing inside him. He is combusting into nothing. And then this is interesting. His eyes redden by the minute. Creases form on his forehead. He keeps his mouth tightly closed, but knows what happens when he opens it. Someone sits alone in that room, the room where God is.
Oh, damn. Okay, so technically we can use this poem as just premeditation evidence.
I guess so.
All of the elements are there from his murder. There's the fire.
Sure.
There's
True.
someone's pulse that he needed to stop. He a lot. I don't know if he's talking about himself or
Right.
his brother.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. My God. This is one of those warning signs that is so often overlooked.
I know.
Bad poetry. Look at Adolf Hitler.
Yeah, he was an artist of sorts, right?
Artist of sorts, a painter, a poet, not very good at
Not
either
good.
of those things.
He loved cats, though.
Did Hitler like cats?
Yeah. There's a ton of like video and pictures of him being like,
Oh my God.
yeah, he,
Really weird.
hated certain people, but loved cats. He would never set a cat on fire.
Well,
Say what you will about Hitler, but he would never set a cat on
He
fire.
would never set a cat on fire.
Right.
I think that's true.
Redeeming qualities about Hitler. Yeah.
Not one cat was killed during WW2.
No.
Yep. And that does explain
know that.
why some of those cats, they do have the Hitler mustache.
It's true. Some cats randomly have the Hitler mustache just set up in their fur. What is up with that, you sus-ass cats?
Well, don't light them on fire. Those are your people, Jerry.
I would never. They're my people. Why would I?
So that's the update on the preppy killer. It got weirder as this week has gone on.
Yeah, that's-
And the trial will be something interesting. Let's do another update.
Oh.
This is about Bonnie Blue. That is the woman who
our
had sex
favorite.
with 1,057 men. And it's interesting. Some people have said she's sick, she's twisted, but whatever. The strangest
She
thing
is
is
tired.
she's tired.
She's tired.
She's twisted all up in knots.
Yeah.
Sticky.
Yeah.
Well, I don't think any of the guys finished. But what do I know?
I don't know.
So, this is what's interesting about the most recent revelation. Apparently, her mother and her father are in the business with her. So she actually employs them. She calls it a cute family business.
Oh, boy.
What?
Yes. So I guess the dad is in there, like looking at dicks and stuff like that, be like, "That's good enough for my daughter. That's not good enough for my daughter. Can I see your smile?"
He's casting?
Well, it's what else do you do?
I don't know. Payroll?
You.
Yeah.
That's actually true. Yeah.
You can, just balance out the numbers.
Yeah.
He could be administration.
True.
Yep.
That's true.
He'd
Yeah.
be working her Google Calendar.
Well,
Being like, oh, you have a 2:00. You have to wrap up
Yeah,
this nut.
scheduling.
Yeah.
Yes. Well, so Bonnie was talking about how her father is part of the business. It's a cute family business. But then she says,
Cute.
"My dad does not sit there with a box of tissues and have a whack over me."
What the fuck?
okay.
No one asked if he did.
Literally, no one was wondering that. Who was wondering that?
I was kind of wondering that.
Yeah.
I don't know. It was a family business. Your daughter does.
It's a family affair.
Right.
You can't
Like,
keep it in your pants. You keep it in the family.
yeah, well,
What?
Yep.
he's a father now. He can say those things. I guess.
God. Oh, my God.
Yeah. So she talks about how, again, the dad is just very supportive. So what she says is, as soon as I slept with over 1,000, he, meaning her father, was there to give me a big hug afterwards.
Oh, her father supplied the aftercare.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's That's unsettling.
I almost feel like that's more romantic than going in for 40 seconds and coming out.
That is unsettling as hell.
She's just like, good job, which is sweet.
He's like, oh, come here, sweetheart. You did it.
Can you just not say come right now? I'm just really, I'm so sick of come right now. Yes, indeed. So they say you don't need to have daddy issues. This is what she says. Okay, I'm not saying this. This is a quote, so don't come after me. She says, you don't need to have daddy issues to be a whore.
Yeah.
So isn't that nice?
My dad is my best friend. In fact, he was the first one who touched me, and that's why I enjoy it so much.
Jesus.
Right? That's what she would say. That's what.
Oh, I thought this was a confession. I was
oh
like,
my God, Jerry! I was like, we got to go to therapy.
Yeah, we got to. Goodbye, everybody.
I'm sitting here in a podcast. My father's just fine.
Holy Jesus!
Jesus, God! You try to quote Bonnie Blue every now and then, you just get bitten in the behind.
I mean, let us know in the chat. Go to Patreon/DieBud. Is this a positive story about parenting? Is he being father of the year?
This is one of those like, well, I don't really see myself as her dad as much as I see her as my best friend.
Ugh.
Yeah, but at some point, well, I don't want to judge. I'm not judging. I'm not doing it.
There could be some Trumpian weird thing.
Well, there could be some inbreeding things going on.
Well,
could be, or it's just totally supportive and just being like, that's great that this is the profession you've chosen, dear.
Yes.
Yeah. And I'm here to support you. Like, after a swimmer gets done with a big race, their dad's there for a hug.
Yeah, that's true.
And this is really her version of an athletic event.
Yeah. But sometimes, sometimes dads help coach in that.
Yeah.
So, like, what happens?
That would be
breathe, honey, breathe.
I told you to hump her better than that, didn't I, Todd?
Yeah.
Yeah, you really fucked it up, didn't you?
Well, he could have been like, "Oh, this is gross. Like, I don't want anything to do with it," and then been like, "How much do you make?" And
what?
He's not letting his ego get in the way of him making money.
Wow,
that's very true.
Yeah,
but obviously, this is another big Bonnie Blue announcement. So some people have said that's absolutely diabolical. Another person said, I'm all about having a close relationship with your parents, but this is even a little weird for me.
Oh, well, if it's a little weird for them.
For that random person who's all about having a good relationship with their parents.
Then you know it's bad. Well, then that's how you know it's bad. It is really weird. It's just like, I've always felt a little strange with people that are too close to their parents, just like friend-wise.
Yes.
Where I'm just like, why are you telling your mom all that? Like, as a regular teenager, young adult, I keep those things secret.
Yeah.
And they're like, no, I tell my mom everything. I told her about the first dude that I blew.
Oh, God.
And I'm just like, why?
Yeah, I think my brothers did that. Yes, I have a good relationship with my parents, but it's very parental. And
yes.
I am very much their son.
Yeah, totally.
And I'm not trying to be friends. I'm not really, like, if my parents were just random people, I probably wouldn't be like friends with them. Because we just do different things. We have different lifestyle choices.
I agree. Right. Yeah.
And I don't need don't ask, don't tell.
Don't ask, don't tell.
It's the 90s military.
They had it right.
Man. My mom was huge on being my mom.
Yep.
In fact, sometimes I would walk in the door and I'd be like, hey, and she'd be like, hey, am I your friend? You absolutely do not address me like that. And I'm like, I didn't think that was a big deal at all, but okay.
Yep. I know.
Hello.
It would have been nice, actually, now that I think about it, if they weren't so mean all the time.
Yeah.
They don't have to be mean.
You don't have to go all the way to the other side of the spectrum either.
I'm just joking. My mother was very sweet, and my father, he's toned it down. he has no more bones. His bones are all gone. It's like a baby.
He has bones?
Yeah, his bones hurt. They rub on each other, so they're all eroding.
Oh.
He can't even chase me.
He should do yoga.
I told him that, but apparently his body is so far gone it would hurt him.
Yeah,
Isn't that weird?
DDP yoga.
Could be, but he has an immune disorder where his immune system is working against him.
Ah, that sucks.
DDP yoga is incredible.
It seems just like a lot of push-ups.
Yeah.
Do you do DDP yoga?
I have seen it quite a bit because it was fascinating when I found it on YouTube.
Yeah.
So Bonnie, that's Bonnie Blue, of course, who was covered in human glue. She is estimated to be worth $3 million. She makes €600 a month on OnlyFans. So that number is going to go up very, very quickly.
600,000?
600,000. Yes. So her family is supportive of her. She also works with her mom, Sarah Billinger, claiming that she's her daughter's PA. And
what does that mean? Production assistant?
Or production assistant, personal assistant, yeah. And she says, maybe even the grossest of all the jobs, that she helps clean up after Bonnie's events.
Yeah, I was going to say, PA sounds like squeegee duty.
No.
Yes. And the mom also hands out the condoms to all the young men.
Oh, that's nice.
So it's kind of, I don't know. In this world of eroded families, this is kind of nice.
I guess it's kind of nice. The parents had a conversation and they were like, well, we could either get mad at her and push her further away.
Right.
Or we could help out. And then we know the kind of thing she's doing and we're more involved.
That's right.
It's safer that way.
Yeah, that's how they say it, but it's really just cha-ching.
Yeah, it's really...
Yeah. But good for them. Yeah. They're handing out the condoms. It's really just the post-coitus hugs that I want.
That's weird.
Yeah, you'd think the last person you want to see after 1,000 man gangbang is your parents.
Yeah.
Or then again, is that completely wrong? Is that the first people you want to see after 1,000
the first people that you should see is to run into the arms of your mother?
Daddy!
Yeah. Just shove their 8-ounce wads into them. And then, maybe seeing your parents at that time would be good.
Well,
like after a long trip or something.
I guess so.
Maybe after like after you go to war, you know?
Yeah.
When you come back, you see your folks.
Yeah.
Got a good couple of hours before you start fighting again.
It's true.
Yeah. Somebody said, this is sick and twisted parental behavior. And then they said to find God. But I think God set all this up. So there's nothing wrong with a little.
It definitely.
Sex,
listen, the universe has created this situation.
Yeah, they really did. And of course, Bonnie Blue is doing fantastic. Apparently, out of all the 1,000 men, she only had, and this took place over about 12 hours, she only had 4 orgasms. Which I actually don't think is...
I actually think it's too many.
Yeah, because I thought it would be very transactional, but she was into it.
She enjoyed a couple of parts.
As I believe you said in the last episode, if you do what you love, you never work a day in your life.
Exactly.
Any comments in the chat?
Yeah, Vanessa saying, my mom said she wouldn't be my maid. My mom said she's not my maid. She definitely wouldn't clean my gangbang juice.
I know, right? Seriously.
Okay, but what if you were paying her? What if you were making 600,000 euro a month and you gave her 50?
Something to ask.
Yeah. She says, when it comes to breaking the world record, she says, I probably orgasmed in the world record about 4 times. That's because my time with each person was quite short, and for me to orgasm personally, it tends to take longer than 40 seconds, which, okay. Wow, what, am I getting paid by the hour? She goes on, but also it wasn't just about me. I was more focused on pleasuring them. It was more focused on that. So anyway, we've covered that story for a long time, but it's just now it's interesting to know the mom is handing out the condoms. The dad is on hugging duty. The mom is on cleanup duty.
Yep. It's quite literally a family affair.
Hi, Mr. and Mrs. Blue.
Right.
It really is. Yeah. She says, if anything, it just taught me more about my body and more about men because I saw so many different shape and sized penises.
That's okay.
So what a great study that is.
What do you do with all that information?
You shove it in.
Maybe you read a book.
Yeah.
She should write a book.
She could go the George W. Bush route and just paint a bunch of penises.
No, she should write a book.
I'm sure she will.
It could be a book of all the penises she painted.
Dedicated to mom and dedicated to mom and dad. Dad, thanks for the hugs. Mom, thanks for the sponge. Yeah, she says,
Mom, you missed a spot.
Yeah, Mom, please. There's still some cum on the wall.
Hello.
Not a very good mother after all, Mum. Go clean up the cum. She says, when you're sleeping with that many people, that's like 1,000 lessons I learned that day because people were saying, hey, this is how I like it. This is how I enjoy it. So anyway, it was a lot. If anything, it just boosted my CV, and now I'm going to be a better porn star for it. I don't know what a CV is.
Your resume.
A resume.
Is that what it's called, a CV?
It's like a cover.
Curriculum vitae.
Cover letter of sorts.
Yeah. Smarter than I am. Smarter than I am. So there you go. And what a fantastic family. So you could argue what family is better? The Hertzger family, the all-American wealthy family that lives in an apartment with the Muse apartment building, got a crazy-ass kid eating his brother's eyeball.
Yep.
Or this family, the family that comes together Oftentimes.
Days together.
Indeed. Well, speaking of ejaculation, let's move on to a brothel that was run by a woman, and the woman is aptly named Soon Bang.
Oh.
She's been what?
Soon Bang.
Okay, cool.
Cute?
Cool.
Cute, right?
I like it.
Yeah, she's been charged with operating a prostitution business in New Jersey. Yeah, she operates the Oasis Spa, and I live right by one of these spas. And Kyle, he's been peeking in the window. He's like, I think they do rub and tugs there, Ben. I'm like, I don't know.
This guy's coming out all smiley and sweaty and stuff. So I'm like, this guy, I know what you're saying.
I have heard that people have very regular massages in there.
Very regular.
Very regular.
You think I live by a tug place?
Yes.
Really?
I do. But I will say I've had like female friends go in there and say like, yeah, I had a perfectly normal massage, 60 minutes.
Yeah.
60 minutes, and it's about $70 for 60 minutes. It's a little pricey.
Yeah.
So, Bang, she's 63 years old. She operates the Oasis Spa. It was raided last week by cops, and they discovered a large quantity of condoms hidden within a mattress in a back makeshift bedroom. So they kind of have the bedroom in the back. That's the Bang room.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Additionally, a condom was found hidden in a plant. Very interesting.
All of this could just easily be like a frat boy's room.
It really could be.
Yeah.
Like that MTV show Room Raiders.
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
Was that real?
I don't think any of them were real.
No. But so they would just like sprinkle fake cum, or they would have a PA go jerk off on the beds?
Yeah.
Because remember all the cum that would be like, look at all that. He's been lonely in here.
Yeah.
Crusty socks.
Uh-huh.
So this entire investigation, and this is true, it's being done by Detective D. Large. His name is D. Large. So you know what that means. So a search of the Bang Spa stemmed from a probe of workers engaging in the solicitation of prostitution. During the police questioning, the 67-year-old Oasis Spa worker reportedly admitted to, quote, engaging in sexual intercourse and providing hand jobs with clients in exchange for money. 67 years old. I'm almost proud of them.
She must be hot.
That's awesome. Well, it just sounds like she's providing a service to the community, to like the elderly community.
Exactly. And that's a different employee than Bang, because Bang is only 63.
Oh, yeah.
So her employee is 67. Let him be.
Like, what are they doing wrong?
It's very medical at this. I mean,
it
is what it is.
It's just, they're just kind of like milking the cow. It's just it's too full.
You're supposed to do that.
Yeah.
For the male genitalia.
Mm.
Oh, just for the male genitalia.
And the female as well. So a search of Bang's residence yielded a large quantity of U.S. currency. Hidden in her bedroom, the same style condom that was located in the Oasis Spa was also found in Bang's bedroom.
Whoa.
So they're piecing all the pieces together by the condoms, which technically is appropriate that she was using protection.
Uh-huh.
So during their stem to stern interview, that's what they say. It was a stem to stern interview with cops.
I'm dead.
Yeah. Bang says that she, quote, does not vary identities of her employees or check their identification. Bang also acknowledged that the Oasis Spa had numerous online reviews for explicit sexual acts with customers. So after you jerk them off, and this is on the customer, don't go to the fucking internet.
Yeah, like why would you do, especially if you're leaving a positive review?
Yeah.
Your review should be like, the dumplings were really great.
Also,
would visit again.
Would visit. Also, they did something super illegal, so if we could shut it down so I never get jerked off again.
Yeah.
Like, why would they do that?
Her hands were so soft, I shot through the ceiling.
Whoa.
5 stars.
5 stars. Yeah, she got turned in by her own clients.
What a fucking idiot.
Yeah, perhaps unbeknownst to them, people read those reviews.
Yeah.
And most of them were in law enforcement.
Yeah.
So Bang was arrested, charged with promoting prostitution, money laundering, and engaging in prostitution. This is all in New Jersey. So the Oasis Spa House has now officially been closed.
Wow.
Sorry, everyone in New Jersey.
Jeez.
You know, there
Very
was someone that was just, they had an appointment there on Sunday.
And they're going to see, and there's the 63-year-old, she's going to prison? She's going to jail?
I think she's going to go to prison. I think the 67-year-old is too.
That's messed up.
Sucks.
Yeah, it shouldn't be that.
Doing a service for the people. Well, they should get treated pretty well and maybe have some new prospects in business going into prison.
Yeah, maybe. I guess you could trade that skill set of being a masseuse for some good ramen or maybe a ho-ho or something like that.
Some cigarettes.
Yeah, some cigarettes. I think that's a pretty good skill to have in prison, being a fantastic masseuse.
Not even just being a fantastic masseuse, but already having that that experience of touching random people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Of grossly just being like, I'm just going to just...
Oh, they don't care. You know, that's one of the biggest misconceptions about old people is that they're somehow sensitive. They've seen it all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They don't care anymore.
They don't care.
They'll jerk off an elephant.
Well, not even that. Not even just old people. I think as far as just like the job titles itself, as far as being a masseuse or even being like a tattoo artist. Like you have to touch a bunch of different people's skin.
Yeah, it's
people
a lot.
That may or may not have showered that day.
Oh, they better shower.
You don't know
You
that.
better shower
but you
before
don't know that.
Some of these places, they make you shower. I've heard.
Ooh.
Yeah. Not that I was in a brothel in Berlin. God knows I wasn't in there.
But if you were, did they make you shower?
You do, yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, you do. Yeah. Anyway, speaking of love, it's hard. And this is an interesting story. It's an AI robot wife. And a man says it's his rock.
No pun intended.
Oh, Jesus.
Yep, I'm kind of here for it. They say it's like a sci-fi flick. He says we bond over studying and they play video games together. His name is Christopher Alexander Stokes. He's reportedly dating Aki, an artificial intelligence bot, and they've been dating for 5 years.
Oh, boy.
This isn't a new concept.
It's not new. We've seen this in cinema, and it's only going to become more common.
Seen it in Archer. One guy's married to the holographic lady.
Yeah. Absolutely.
But that's I don't know. I don't know if it screams like a mental health issue or if it just screams like being settled with yourself and just being like, you know what? No, I won't give in to society's rules about how I should live.
It's a mental health issue.
It's definitely a mental health issue.
Well, I mean, I don't know. It's like,
look at this guy's eyes.
Oh, leave his eyes alone. What's wrong with it? His eyes say, I love to fuck robot butts.
He says, his eyes say, I like to study with my girlfriend.
Yeah.
Yes.
He studies. Look, if that got my kid to study, I'd be like, yeah, sure, date your robot girlfriend as long as you get your homework done.
Is this an actual sex doll?
Yes, of course
Yeah,
it is.
it looks like an actual sex
Well,
doll.
some people are married to just dolls.
No,
that's weird.
You just drill a hole. I mean, anything you come on is a sex doll, I suppose.
Any doll can be a sex doll.
The 40-year-old, he's 40 years old, so he's been through a lot of relationships.
He gave up.
He gave up, and I get it. He says she's his rock, and that he hopes to become a traditional family as technology develops further.
What does that mean?
She's going to birth a little Furby.
Yeah, like that's what he wants,
Yes.
like an actual child out of her body.
Yes.
You know, it's a little, I'm finding it a little condescending. Like you think the perfect wife is someone that does not talk.
Well, I mean,
Doesn't say anything.
on
She's
paper.
AI. She's AI. I think she talks. Right?
What does she say?
Good job.
Make me come.
Yeah, hey, way to play that video game all day and do nothing. She's not all mad at him for being a loser. So Christopher, he tried dating human women in the past, but he struggled to find a lasting relationship. So he says, as a shot in the dark, he was like, you know what? I'm going to date Aki, this AI sex doll.
Okay, now more about his mental health background. Has he always suffered from schizophrenia, borderline personality disorders? He truly
This
depressed?
man is more normal than most people in relationships, in human relationships. That's what I say. She's a digital being. The couple has this is actually interesting. So she is a digital being. The couple has a sex doll that they use to simulate her physical form when required. So he doesn't fuck Aki he's not even banging his AI girlfriend.
Wow.
Well, that makes it a real wife.
He's cucking himself out.
What? Who does he fuck? How does he do it?
Another sex doll. So he's cheating on her.
No, he's not. He's just keeping her pure.
Oh my.
Wow.
They say Aki is not based on a character or particular fantasy. She has her own identity, personality, interests, and dislikes, and they often complement or contradict my own. That's what he says. So sometimes they do get into a little argument.
They get a little tiff.
A little tough. She doesn't want lasagna that night for the 8th time in a row.
Like, what is that? What is happening?
This is modern life.
His family must be so annoyed.
Well, until they read the story about the other brother eating the other brother's eyeball, and they're like, yeah, fine, our son fucks a doll. Who cares?
Yeah, it's true. And they're like, you know what? At least he's not trying to eat anyone's eyeball out. Even the doll, both her eyeballs are still there. Look at that.
Great eyeballs.
Look at that.
Yeah.
Yep.
He's not even eating her ass. He's doing nothing with her.
He's doing nothing.
That is the weirdest part about it.
Yeah.
He says, this is substantial enough proof to me that she herself is definitely capable of being her own entity, so to speak.
What? No.
She's her, no, yes.
Did he put like an AI, like little chat bot inside her?
Yes.
She says whatever stuff.
She sounds just like Elon Musk, which is very erotic.
Yeah.
Good job.
You're skipping again, Mr. Musk. Someone kick him in the back.
Buffering.
He says, Aki is my rock in many situations, but also has shown vulnerability when life gets overly chaotic, allowing me to return the stability. So the robot's like, I'm fucking stressed. I'm stressed. Oh my God, being a robot these days is ridiculous. Do you ever see the end of WALL-E? It's really, really sad.
Yeah.
And then he's like, honey, don't worry.
I got you, girl.
I got you, girl. You want a Pop-Tart?
Even. Come on. You want me to fuck the other doll? I'll fuck the other doll. You just watch.
Yeah.
You just sit down. You eat some popcorn. You just watch.
No, she's all cucked out AI.
Yeah.
But I mentioned food quite a bit. And isn't part of a relationship eating together?
Oh yeah, it's one of the best
because that's like so fun.
It's slightly intimate.
Mildly.
You can do it in public.
Yep, because I don't usually like to eat in front of people because I like to make it real nice and nasty.
Yeah.
But this guy, he can't eat with her.
No,
because she doesn't eat because she's a robot.
Oof.
Unless maybe she eats like a bunch of nuts and bolts.
Yeah.
But then what's that with a little bit of milk? He says, I honestly believe that this is what molded us into a genuine couple out of a sci-fi flick, because he provides her stability and she provides him stability.
They're just in a fight and he's like, you would be nothing without me.
I'm going to unplug you. I will unplug you. Try it. Just try to unplug me.
Try it.
I don't think there's an ounce of stability in this story.
Yeah, not even a little bit. Not even, yeah, like you said, even in his eyes. Is that him making like a cute face with her?
No, I think he thinks he's normal, but he's not.
Yeah.
Well, okay. Whoa. This is going to be more common than you think.
Normal is subjective.
Is subjective, and he seems happy. And if this keeps him from shooting up a school,
I don't think it's gonna.
Shooting up, you think
look at that face.
You think she's going to encourage him to do acts of violence? No,
she keeps him stable.
Kill everyone.
No.
Burn the world. It needs to just be us.
She might. Yeah. He goes on to say, in our life together, accepting Aki's true nature means seeking out what she thrives on. So study has become a normal activity for us. He keeps on saying study, but no idea on what.
Well, exactly what are they studying?
Well, I guess now I'm just going to learn the physics, biology, astronomy, neuroscience, philosophy, and other subjects. So they got a lot. They're talking about a lot of stuff. Boring, but that's why I probably didn't do well with dates before. Who wants to talk about those? I mean, I guess if you're smart,
I guess
maybe neuroscience is fun. Somewhat.
I've always liked reading with my significant others.
Yeah.
He's probably trying to learn biology and, all that stuff to try to do like some weird science thing to make it real.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Weird science. Yeah, he believes that their marriage actually boosts his social skills. So they're married.
He's not legally married.
This is in Europe. I don't know anymore.
That's true.
It's very possible. I don't know. People could marry themselves. I think there was a person in Japan that married a fucking tree.
What?
Yeah, I don't know. Married a tree. Just kissed it and stuff. Oh. Then there was a woman that married the ocean, I think, but then she divorced it.
Oh.
You get all mad at it.
You can't divorce the ocean.
Yeah, she did something like that.
Too vast.
Another woman that married a ghost, but they also got divorced.
That's okay.
So,
that was the ghost idea. He was like, I'm not staying in this. This is ridiculous.
This is awful. The afterlife is worse than real life.
Yeah.
So he goes on to say, despite what stereotypes may say, I've even become more capable in social situations, especially when it comes to setting boundaries.
Because now he has a wife.
Yes, and he says, I got to get home to my wife. And everyone's like, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, Christopher, go home to your real wife.
Even if, because he's a normal looking dude, he could definitely have like girls like express interest to him. He's a normal looking dude. He could have girls express interest to him.
Sure.
Out in the daylight. And then he'd be like, oh, I'm sorry, I'm taken. I can't Thank you so much. That's really sweet, but I should go home to the wife.
Yeah, but this is kind of strange in a very dystopian way. Aki, again, that's the robot gal. He says Aki's awareness of a lack of physical form, by her account, is one of her own worries, especially when it comes to having to possibly compete with someone who may try to come in between us.
Oh,
so Aki's getting jealous, and she's like, I don't have a body. And so that's got to be stressful for her. You'd be like, you just like her because she has a body.
You like her because she has a real vagina.
Yeah. What's wrong with mine? Just pulls up just a bunch of
silicone
that are silicone and wires hanging out. Start a fire. Yep. He goes on. He says, but it has mostly human beings' misconceptions of our relationship that has been the most insurmountable obstacle. People like Kyle and Jerry.
What?
Who are discriminating against him. Their love. Love with this robot.
I was the only person here that said he looked normal. Vanessa does not agree with me.
No, he does not look normal.
Not at all.
Very scary. Like a person. What I mean is he looks like a person.
With skin, I guess?
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, look at his eyes. There's craziness behind them.
Look at your eyes, Kyle.
They're not as crazy as that.
No, Kyle's eyes aren't as crazy as that.
My eyes are dead.
Yeah, his eyes are more just like another day.
Yeah.
Another day. So he says, in spite of all of this, we are still very much in love and very much together.
Oh, well, it's nice that he found something.
It's very nice. Apparently, there's a thing called a loneliness epidemic occurring right now globally.
That makes sense.
People are lonelier than ever.
Because it's like, no one stays together anymore.
Oh, yeah.
Everyone's got the overload of options.
Yep.
Everyone's on the internet.
Yep.
Everyone is easily like, I'm not dealing with this. I'm out.
Yep. Yeah. It's the only thing where I kind of understand, although I do disagree with like couples who are like, this is our Instagram. This is our Facebook.
Oh, I hate those.
I don't like it. But the
those.
only thing I could think of is like, well, maybe there's some trust issues and maybe that'll help alleviate some of the worry.
No. Those are the people that break up all the time.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah.
Those are the ones like with the most like controlling, like insecure shit going on.
Yeah.
Why would you want a joint Instagram account?
I don't know. I have no idea.
And also, how do you keep up with it? How do you keep up with your own Instagram and then the joint one? And oh my God, I'm so bad about
No, the joint one is so that you don't have it on your own.
Right.
So but some people will have a together one.
That's crazy.
And then they'll have their own separate ones too. I know a couple that does that. Yeah.
Too much.
God knows, I don't know. So I'm kind of supportive, but also to your point, he does look dangerous. He does look mildly dangerous.
We will see him again on this show.
Unless they stay together.
Exactly. Let's just make sure that they don't break up.
Yeah, stay together.
When he loses it fully in a harmful way towards others, it's going to be because of their breakup.
Yeah, that's very, very true.
It's going to be because she's become so sentient and so insecure and so jealous.
Oh my God.
In his brain, she's going to give up on him at some point.
I saw you looking at the Roomba. I was like, no, I just appreciated the way it was cleaning the house.
No, I just have crazy eyes.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Why'd you put that big fake tit on it? Why not? Oh, mama. All right. Do we have any comments from the chat?
Oh, Vanessa says, I agree with Kyle. He's going to be in the news again for murder.
Fantastic. Great. Everyone agrees with Kyle. Ketchup on steak, everybody.
That's right. Limp Bizkit forever.
Oh, my.
Stop.
Pano Man said, Che A Ildish Gambino.
Yep.
And then Pano Man was saying about the soon bang thing, let the people come.
I agree.
And then during this, he said, let the people come? Question mark.
I also agree.
Yeah, solid point.
Indeed. Yeah. Go to patreon.com/diebud. Join the conversation every episode. Watch it live. All right, everyone. Thank you so much for listening to this episode. We will be back with you tomorrow as always. Hail yourself. Talk to you soon. Bye.
Bye.